Okay, I usually make the GP PowerPoint last. I always name it this naming convention G3 R19 and then Nearpod at the end. And I always use the same template, so this exact slide deck, and I literally just edit it, like make a copy and edit. So it always starts with something that's going to keep the kids busy while they all get onto Nearpod. So this is one example. This is another example. It's often drawing a picture or completing a picture or doing a Sudoku or connect the dots or a maze, something like that. Then there's the objective. There's always the same slide. And then there's a turn and talk. The reason I write the Nearpod after I do the video is because usually my turn and talks are better when I have like completed my thoughts on the video. Then I always have these same slides. Sometimes it's just insert one problem. Sometimes it's insert two problems. Sometimes it's blank. These red slides are slides that teachers replace when they're in Nearpod with Google Slides that they can write on. So that's why these exist. And then these slides also always look the same with the directions on the left and a problem. And there's always 6 of them. If the lesson has 2 problem types, I do 3 of one problem and then 3 of the other problem. Otherwise, you can see here there's just one problem we're going to practice, and so there's 6 of all the same kinds. So that's the GP, but I need to make the things that go in the GP, and there's 2. So what I do is I have a Google Draw slide. I always, again, go to File, make a copy, rename, share with the same people. And I paste the exact same steps from the PowerPoint into the Google Draw slide, and I make a similar problem. So in this case, I have 2 G3R20 draw slide 1, G3R20 draw slide 2, because there were 2 question types. Here I have G3R19 draw slide 1. That's all there is. Now, this is really, really tricky because I cannot paste this into the PowerPoint or the Nearpod for the teacher. It has to be there so that they can edit it. Otherwise, we'd all be editing the same one and teachers would be writing on top of each other. So when I go to share, I go to share so that anyone can edit. And I copy the link. And now I'm going to paste it into my doc. What one was that? No, it was 19. I'm going to paste it into my doc here. But when I paste it, I have to do something really important. This is so important. Otherwise, you will get such weird mistakes with people writing over each other. They're not going to remember to copy. I have to, sorry, I did that so fast. Let me show you one more time. So you want to be looking down here at the bottom of the screen. When I paste the link, I delete all the way up to the word edit, and instead I type in copy. What this means is when the person clicks on this, it opens up automatically as make a copy versus as something that they would edit and ruin for the whole network. So that is probably the trickiest part of everything I'm going to show you. You have to remember to make it a copy. And then you're going to paste it right into the lesson as well. Then you're going to go to this lesson that you already have open, and you're going to paste it actually at the very bottom. I usually type something like click here for problem 1 to insert into Nearpod. And then right here, I turn that into the link. And again, I have to delete all the way up to the word edit and replace it with the word copy so we don't actually get something weird. Okay, that's the first thing to do. This gets nuts, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Nearpod and I'm going to upload my PowerPoint. I just go to create a new lesson, and then I go here, upload files, select it from my computer. Now, this is worth mentioning. Everything is already automatically saved from my computer onto Box. That's going to make a huge difference in a minute when I try to get that link, and also if anything's lost, people can always find it there. So here's the Nearpod I just showed you I made. Now, this takes a while to upload, but eventually I'm going to see all my slides there, and then I'm going to do something else. All right, while that's going, what I do is I take one of my old link documents, I do make a copy, rename it, so here I've renamed it G3R19 links, and I delete the directions from whatever the day before was, and I replace it with a screenshot from here. It's a pain to type in, so I just screenshot this, I go ahead, I paste a new one in, I make it, appropriately sized, and then I update all of these links from the doc. So I'm going to go to G3R19. I'm going to copy that link. And then here, I'm going to edit that link. This is so that kids can get to the Edulastic IP. Over here, I'm going to copy that link. Over here, I'm going to edit that link. Great. So now that's all set, and I'm going to share that, and I need to make sure I only share it so that everyone can view. I don't want anyone from the network to be able to edit it. I don't want any kids to be able to edit it in their Nearpod by accident. So it's anyone in the network, or anyone with the link can view, I copy the link. Now that's the first thing I'm going to paste into my Nearpod. So here's my Nearpod now. It's all set for me. The first thing I do is I go over here to add slide, and I'm going to add web content, and I'm going to paste that in. So now at the very end is those links. Here are those red slides. Teachers are going to be, just so you understand what's happening, they're going to be taking this and pasting it in themselves so it's their own copy to replace the red slides. Now there's one last thing I need to do here. I need to turn all of these into Draw It. I choose no, I don't want to keep an original copy. And I'm just going to go through and I'm going to do that for the very first one, and I'm going to do that here. Convert to Draw It, convert to Draw It. Once I've converted all those 6 things to Draw It, I retitle this. And now it's ready to save and exit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to press, here it is, I'm going to press Share with Teachers. I need to make sure I share the editable link, copy it, right? And I'm going to paste that into the doc here. Oop, hold on, that's not how you do it. You got to go here. Right? I'm, of course, going to paste it into my lesson where it says Nearpod. And now I need to do one more thing, which is paste the PowerPoint that I used. Because sometimes, like most teachers just use what's in Nearpod, and they like that. They don't need to convert the slides to Draw It. But some teachers want to make edits, so I also place the PowerPoint. The way that I get the link is in my Finder, right? It's in Box, so when I right-click it, I go to Share, Copy Shared Link, and now I paste that into my thing here. Oops, I never typed it in. So let me paste that in. And then, of course, into the lesson. Anything that goes on that doc also goes into this lesson. And a few things happen with Nearpod. This is definitely, like, the Nearpod is definitely the hardest, weirdest step and the place that's easiest to make errors. You'll notice here that there are some Nearpods missing, or some PowerPoints missing. That's because I didn't know people would want them, and so I just got that feedback and have started to incorporate that. So let's go back. Let's say I have two problems, right? Because there's 2 different ways that this can be assessed. I'm gonna again do share. It's shared so everyone can edit, but then with that link, I have to be really, really careful. Here, when I paste that in, I'm going to delete all the way to edit and write in the word copy. And I'm gonna do that here. I'm gonna actually do a second problem. So I have to type that in, G3R20 problem 2. Oh, well, don't forget here, I'm gonna need to write click. I'm gonna write click here for problem 1 and click here for problem 2 to insert into Nearpod. And then there, I paste in the link, and again, I have to be super careful, copy. Now I'm gonna get the second problem. Get my link, paste it in, delete it all the way to edit, copy. And then here, put it in. Delete it all the way to edit. Copy. Then I do my make it a Nearpod. You're gonna notice half of what makes it hard is just that it takes so long to upload. Upload it to Nearpod, make my link stock, paste that into Nearpod, get my Nearpod link, put that here, and put that here.